Hello, boys and girls. This is Pa. Are you ready for another bedtime story? You are? Great. Have you cleaned your teeth? Well done. And you've got your jammies on? Lovely. Now grab Ted and hop into bed. That's the way. Snuggle in. And we'll get started. Tonight's story is called The Fairy Garden Swings. On a sunny morning at the farm, Uncle Jezza, Addi and Elsie's dad, had a special surprise. Today we're building something amazing, he said with a wink. What is it, Dad? Asked Addi. You'll see, he laughed. Together, Addi and little Elsie helped their dad carry timber, fetch screws, and hold the measuring tape while he built two beautiful swings beneath the biggest tree on the farm. Auntie Cass brought out cold drinks and cheered them on. When the swings were finished, Jezza gave them a careful test. Perfect, he said. Addi and Elsie climbed aboard and swung through the fresh country air, laughing so hard that even the birds seemed to join in. Nearby, cousins Mila and Poppy had their own important job. Let's make this a real fairy garden, Mila said. The girls collected smooth rocks and painted them with bright flowers, butterflies, rainbows, tiny fairy doors, and little pink hearts. Poppy even painted a tiny fairy family waving from a window. They placed the painted rocks all around the swings, making winding little paths between the trees. Louis found some shiny feathers and pine cones to add to the fairy garden. Soon the whole area looked magical. Nan and Pa wandered over to admire everyone's work. I've never seen such a beautiful fairy garden, Nan said. Pa smiled. I reckon the fairies will be lining up to visit tonight. But just then, a tiny blue butterfly floated gently through the garden before landing on one of Poppy's painted rocks. It's a fairy messenger, whispered Elsie. Everyone giggled. As the sun began to set, the children took one last swing before heading inside for dinner. They looked back at the colourful rocks, the gentle swings, and the big gum tree. That night, the moon shone brightly over the farm. Hidden among the flowers were tiny sparkling footprints that hadn't been there before. The children smiled the next morning. The fairies really did come, whispered Addi. And from that day on, the fairy garden beneath the swings became everyone's favourite place to play, imagine, and dream. Good night, little ones. Sweet dreams. And don't forget, Pa loves you.